Welcome back to the channel everybody. This is Sudhindra and you're watching Tech Platter. In this video we are going to talk about the upcoming flagship killer from OnePlus, OnePlus 9 Lite or OnePlus 9e. Yes, a flagship killer from OnePlus after nearly 3 years. We are going to see why this exists, what are the specifications, what is its competition and what is its likely pricing to be. But before we get there, if this is your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel and ring the bell to get notified whenever I post an awesome tech video just like this. My Bluetooth headphones giveaway video is coming this week. See the description below for the eligibility details. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook where I'll be announcing the winners. The first question, why this phone exists? OnePlus, once known as a flagship killer, started to lose its moniker slowly as their phones started becoming more and more expensive. Even though we saw OnePlus 7 Pro, OnePlus 8 Pro was the actual flagship from OnePlus for the first time. With OnePlus 8, 8T and 8 Pro priced above 40,000, OnePlus actually lost its ground in the premium mid-range segment where they always played. OnePlus didn't want to lose this market, so they announced OnePlus Nord, which is a very good phone, but it's not a flagship killer as it doesn't have flagship specifications like earlier OnePlus phones. With Nord capping at 30,000 rupees, there is a huge void between 30 and 40,000 rupees bracket, which used to be OnePlus space originally. So it's a no-brainer. OnePlus wants to rule this segment again, and that's what all the rumors point us to. In addition to vanilla OnePlus 9 and flagship OnePlus 9 Pro, we will be seeing a third phone this year, that is OnePlus 9 Lite or OnePlus 9e. Now let's talk about specifications. The design might be similar to what we saw in OnePlus 8T this year, with a squarish camera module on the back. OnePlus 9 Lite is said to come with a plastic back, not the glass back. I am okay with plastic back as long as it's not a plastic frame altogether. In the front, we'll see a 6.55-inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display with a single punch hole. The display will be having a 90Hz refresh rate and a 180Hz touch sampling rate, which is on par with premium mid-range segment. Talking about the storage, we'll see a 8GB and a 12GB variants, and the starting storage is going to be 128GB. To keep the pricing aggressive, OnePlus might introduce a 6GB RAM variant. I just don't want them to introduce a 64GB storage variant. Coming to the heart of the matter, the phone will be powered by Snapdragon 865, which is last year's flagship. But don't take it lightly, it's an extremely powerful processor with 5G capabilities. It is built on a 7nm fabrication process that makes it very power efficient. And that coupled with Adreno 650 GPU, I don't think I have to talk about this processor anymore. More about the benchmarks of this processor later in the video when I talk about the competition. As far as I'm concerned, I still see Snapdragon 865 as a flagship processor. Coming to the cameras, there are rumors that OnePlus might introduce a new 50MP sensor from Sony and source their sensors from Leica in their OnePlus 9 series phones. But I doubt whether we'll see those two in OnePlus 9 Lite. OnePlus 9 Lite or 9e will carry the same set of cameras that we saw in OnePlus 8T. That is a 48MP primary sensor with f1.7 aperture and optical image stabilization, a 16MP ultra-wide sensor with f2.4 aperture, a 123 degrees field of view, and comedy sensors like a 5MP macro and a 2MP depth, both being f2.4. We might see a 16 or a 20MP sensor in the front. The image quality and the video quality coming out of these sensors is just going to be adequate, and don't expect any miracles out of OnePlus 9 Lite. I will talk more about the cameras once the news becomes official. Coming to the sensors, of course, all the sensors like under-display fingerprint scanner, an accelerometer, a gyro sensor, a compass, a barometer, all the required sensors are present in OnePlus 9 Lite. Coming to battery and charger, we will see a 4500 mAh battery and warp charge 30T. It is very unlikely that OnePlus will offer 65W fast charger with OnePlus 9 Lite. But I'll be very happy if OnePlus does that. Friends, if you're liking this video, do let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Now let's talk about competition. Currently, the 30 to 40,000 segment is ruled by Samsung's A series phones like A72 and A82. We also see recently launched powerful phones like Mi 10T and Mi 10T Pro, which are powered by the same Snapdragon 865 processor, but the Mi 10T Pro has an impressive 108MP camera. We also have next generation Samsung A72 and A82 coming at around the same time, March or April 2021. And there are very strong rumors that these phones will be powered by the new Exynos 1080, which is a 5nm fabrication processor. Exynos 1080 is almost as good as Snapdragon 865 in some areas and beats Snapdragon 865 in some areas. If we purely talk about benchmarks, Snapdragon 865 versus Exynos 1080, Here is Geekbench 5 single thread and multi-thread scores of Exynos 1080, which is almost 90% of Snapdragon 865. Coming to AnTuTu score, Exynos 1080 obliterates Snapdragon 865 with approximately 10 to 11% more score than Snapdragon 865 and almost equivalent to 865 plus. These kind of scores are impressive from a mid-range chipset. I personally am not concerned with the AnTuTu scores of any processor. In reality, Exynos processors are almost as powerful as Snapdragon processors in the segment. But there are two major issues with Exynos processors. The first one is being the GPU. The Mali GPUs are never as powerful as Adreno GPUs. That gives a clear edge to Snapdragon processors. The second and the biggest issue for me is the thermal performance of the Exynos processors. You might have seen a lot of review videos or speed test videos where Exynos processors were pit against the Snapdragon processors. The moment we start running CPU intensive applications, we will see Exynos processors throttling, dimming the screen and lowering the performance. These are generally done to cool down the processor temperature. So if Samsung had found a way to address these two issues, we can see A72 and A82 phones giving a very tight competition to OnePlus 9 Lite or any other phone which is powered by Snapdragon 865. But in my opinion, the real competition is going to come from Samsung's S21 Fan Edition, which is powered by Snapdragon 888 in the American and Korean markets and Exynos 2100 in European and Indian markets. It'll be a beast on its own, and in my opinion, Samsung's S21 Fan Edition will actually compete the vanilla OnePlus 9 rather than OnePlus 9 Lite. Coming to the price, it is rumored that OnePlus 9 Lite will be priced at around $600 for the 8GB variant. It roughly translates to 45,000 Indian rupees. However, the Indian prices are going to be a little lower. My price prediction of OnePlus phones is almost equivalent to actuals. With that, I feel that the 8GB variant, if it comes to India, the OnePlus 9 Lite will be priced between 38 and 40,000 Indian rupees. And OnePlus might make a smart move by launching a 6GB variant under 35,000, so the 6GB variant may be priced between 35,000 and 37,000, demolishing the competition like Samsung's S20 FE, iPhone SE 2nd generation and the Mi 10T twins. And if the 12GB variant comes to India, it will be priced between 40,000 and 42,000. If this happens, OnePlus will definitely regain the 30 to 40,000 market. Do let me know in the comments if you are excited about OnePlus 9 Lite, and also let me know if you're going to buy one. Friends, in my next video, I'm going to talk about Samsung's messy plan for 2021. So stay subscribed to the channel and enable the notifications. And also let me know if you want to see a dedicated video on OnePlus 9 and OnePlus 9 Pro. If you like this video, do let me know by giving it a thumbs up, tweet it, share it, and if you haven't done yet, join the Tech Platter family by hitting the subscribe button below and watch the other interesting videos in the channel. Well, that's all for this video, friends. I'll see you in my next video.